Hey everybody, welcome to the weekly Naked and Famous Denim live stream. Welcome to Naked and Famous Denim Day. Thanks so much everybody for joining us here and ending your week and starting my weekend. It's Saturday morning for me here in Japan, Yokohama, Japan. It's Friday evening for many of you. Depends on where you are in the world. Let me know where you are in the world. Let's see how far this live stream is reaching. Welcome everybody to the Naked and Famous Denim stream. All right, so we're gonna let the room populate here for a minute. We've got a lot of regulars here in the stream. We've got BD from Welland, Ontario, Emsway from Fife, Scotland, Wrights, W5 from Birmingham, UK, Van Deen from the UK, Media House Gang from Charleston, South Carolina, Invest Ian DC is in the house. We've got Dylan Watterson, hello from Orange County, California. Francis Leroy, Lawa, hello from Montreal, welcome. Good evening from DC, James Seitz. We've got Vitali. Oh, geez, sorry, you know what? Vitali P, sorry. I don't want to butcher last names too much. From Colorado, Rev Edwards from Scotland in the house. Eric Schwartz from St. Louis. We've got a great gang. Pedro Cortez, welcome, welcome. Joey Chu from Vancouver. Matthew Bradwell from Portland. Fantastic. Everybody, Soup from Edmonton, Alberta. Hello from Alberta. We've got Salted Racer. We got El Sanchez from my hometown, Mississauga, Ontario. Is it my home? I grew up in Toronto and I grew up in Mississauga. We moved, but born in Toronto, born in the great city. It wasn't the mega city when I was a kid. They call it the mega. Well, they call it the six now, but that was never a term we used it was the mega city of Toronto. Aya Arai, so cold here in Ohio. Burr, I can imagine. Hello from Ithaca. We've got John Lee. Leo T from Marseille. Welcome to France. Beck 696. Well, thanks so much everybody for joining me, and Risa will be joining us here in a minute joining us here on the live stream. We've got a lot of things to show off today. In fact, you can see I got a bunch of boxes over there. We've got a whole mess of fall winter 22 samples. Nobody has seen this yet. Not even none of our retail partners have seen any of this yet. So if you're one of our retailers hanging out in the chat there, well, you know, you're gonna get a little bit of a preview here. So we got lots. I'm not gonna show you everything, but I'm gonna show you some highlights that I think are really, really cool. So stick around for that. We're gonna answer your questions live. We're gonna rant. We're gonna go off topic a little bit. We're gonna talk about some fantasy Naked and Famous jeans that you guys would love to see, and we've got some snack time prepared for you as well. So it should be pretty packed. And let's jump into it. We've got Wolfie from Texas, Richard Murphy also here from Dayton, Texas. Thanks so much for everybody for joining the live stream. I really appreciate it. And let's kick it off with one of my asks. Since I appreciate you guys, show me how much you appreciate this live stream and hit the like button right now. If you haven't hit that like button, do it. It helps our videos become more searchable for the raw denim community, and it helps with the algorithm stuff. So if you haven't hit that like button, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit that subscribe button, and you'll get a little thing in the corner there letting you know how much we appreciate you. So okay, let's do it. Electric Bamboo Glue 2 writes, I couldn't afford the King of Lords this time, but I luckily was able to source a Lord of Nep salvage, and that pair feels so comfy. Posting pics soon, like sweatpants. Yes, the King of Lords was a very pricey denim. Certainly there are lesser expensive options out there. So if you like the King of Lords, you know, the King of Slub, if you could find any of those, I don't know if there's too many of those left, and there's some, maybe a little bit of Lord and Nep left out there. great options, similar fabrics. They are the base for the King of Lords. So you know, I know that was a very pricey jean, and you know, I think I mentioned this a lot, but you know, don't feel obligated. You know, I know we put out a lot of stuff, and there's some people who feel like, oh, you know, you got to keep up with everything. But the most important thing is, at least for me, is that you wear your jeans. You know, if a lot of people collect. I mean, if you're in the live stream, maybe you're among the you know, top percentage of Naked and Famous Denim fans who are lovers of raw denim, but also collectors of raw denim. I get that. You know, collecting mentality is a whole different world, but wear your jeans. You know, if you start stacking them up too much, you never get to enjoy them all. So I would like for you to enjoy them all. So don't feel obligated to always have to rush out and get everything. I appreciate it if you do. You know, of course, it helps our business, but you know, there's no shame in passing up on something. And even if you miss out on it, it sells out. You know, we've gotten great stuff coming out every season. So always, you know, don't feel obligated. You know, because I know some people are out there. You know, I get a lot of DMs. Oh, I missed this, or I can't get that. And like, don't worry. Like, I'm not upset. It's not you know, it's not the way we. It's not, you know, that stuff doesn't bother me. If you can't get something, you can't get something. It's okay. You enjoy the ones that you have. And even if you don't have, you know, sometimes I get questions from, you know, hey, I don't have any Naked Famous, but I got a question or something like that. Cool, no problem. I don't mind. I'm here to spread, you know, knowledge of denim throughout, you know. And if you happen to like our products and you want to get them, sure. If you don't, you like something else, that's okay too. But I'm just here to spread the love of denim, and you like our products, you like our products. Cats X Pizza. I got lucky to get the King of Lords jacket. I'm in love. Definitely had to save to treat myself. King of Lords jacket is pretty nice. I'm glad that you got it. Yeah, I think those are all gone, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to double check. I don't often. It's just there's too many things going on for me to know the status of all the inventories. I'd have to. That's why we check things. That's what. There's one King of Lords size small on New York left. Oh, we got sizes: small, medium, large, and extra large at Tate and Yoko. So there you go. If you're still looking for one, we've got one. All right, M-Sway, smack the like button. Smack the like button like you smack the tailor's table when he cuts off the selvage during a hemming. Ask. Would they cut off the hemming? Sorry, would they cut off the selvage during a hemming? That would be weird. They may cut off the selvage during a tapering. Be careful when you taper your jeans. Understand the construction. And you know what? If you're not sure, ask me. I will happily answer your question. If you're not sure if this jean can be tailored, you know, can be tapered without screwing up the selvage, ask me. I'll let you know what you need to tell the tailor, or ask me live. I'm happy to do that. So, you know, I can get into that answer right now, actually. So let's take a pair of jeans here. This is a good example. And let's take these. I want to take something else. These jeans here. So the things that you need to pay attention to when you're tapering a leg is if you don't want to mess up the selvage, if you don't care, then it doesn't matter. They're going to do it from the outseam, and you're not going to have any issues. But if you want to preserve the selvage ID, the bust. So, Aya Arai, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's let Aya Arai have a great welcome to the Naked and Famous Denim family. Let them know. Media House Gang, thanks so much for joining our family here during the live stream. You got your own little graphic there. Everybody, welcome, Media House Gang. All right. So, if you want to preserve your selvage outseam like that, so we call that a busted outseam. So you call it a busted outseam when the edges of the fabric are spread out like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be on a selvage jean. You'll see this on non-selvage jeans. Usually they'll serge the edges, so you'll see stitching all along the edges of the fabric. Sometimes they don't do a busted out seam. They might just serge the edges and sew it flat. Sew it, I'm gonna find an example of it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Because we're talking about selvage, it doesn't matter. So you want to preserve this selvage busted out seam. The problem is, just an anonymous subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Everybody, welcome Just an Anonymous to the family. Hey, you know what? I'm going to do this without interruption so that when we get the timestamps, it'll be one clean thing. So, in order to preserve your selvage out seam like this, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to how the jeans are constructed. So, if you want this to remain the exact same way it is, without being touched, you have to pay attention. That's the outseam. You want to pay attention to the inseam and how the inseam is constructed. So sometimes you'll get a jean. This is a worn jean. It's kind of gross, but whatever. So it'll be finished like this, right? So basically, you took the two edges of the fabric, you serged it together, and you finished it. And then it gets folded down. And then when it's hemmed, it's folded down straight and then ironed down so it's nice and flat, okay? So when you're dealing with a finish like this is very easy for a tailor to work with, right? This, on the other hand, is a flat felled seam. So you can see the difference. Hold these jeans up. So you've got this, and then you've got this. So you can see that's nice and clean, very, everything's folded in on itself, and that is stitched over. Right? So you see the stitching the way it is here. You see the edge of the fabric. You can manipulate this. So that's what that looks like. But here you can't manipulate it. It is all woven, it's all sewn in on itself. Basically the way this works is the two fabrics are put together and they're folded in together and then stitched on top. So it's nice and tight. Call that a flat felled seam. So when you've got something like this, the tailor, all they need to do is undo the stitching here. They're going to open that up. They're going to cut from the inseam. Then they're going to fold those two edges together. They're going to stitch this up, and then they'll serge over the top. So long as your inseam is constructed like this, any tailor is going to be able to handle this because the tools they need, simply a serger and a sewing machine. This requires a special machine that can flat fell. So it needs a folder, and it puts the two fabrics in on themselves, and then it has two sets of needles to stitch on top. Some tailor shops may have that. Most tailor shops probably don't. So what they'll do is they'll see the inseam, they'll see the outseam, and what they'll do is they're just going to undo the seam that's under here, open up the leg, cut it, sew it back up. They'll do they'll do a busted seam again on the outside, no problem. But when you cut, you're cutting from the edge, you're cutting from the ends of the fabric to taper, so you're going to lose that selvage ID. So when you bring this to a tailor shop, make sure that they can, if you're bringing it to a local tailor shop, that is, make sure that the construction of your jeans is like this and not flat felled. Or if they are flat felled, ask your tailor if they can taper from the inseam and not the outseam. Explain to them. Be very, very specific that you do not want them to touch the outseam. You want this edge of the fabric to remain. You don't want them to sew it back on. You don't want none of that stuff. Tell them not to touch this, and if they can't do it, don't bring it. Make sure. Look, some tailor shops might be able to do this. They might be able to do it by hand, or maybe they have a tool to do this, or the machinery to do this. If not, contact a specialty denim tailor online if that's important to you. That might cost a bit of extra money. I know that those alterations can be sometimes cost prohibitive. Ideally, save yourself the struggle and get a pair of jeans that fits you right the first time. If your jeans are a little bit loose, also pro tip, your jeans can be a little bit loose. There's a weird obsession with getting the quote unquote perfect fit. It doesn't exist. This is not a suit. A lot of people think that jeans need to be like this fine, well-tailored, garment. And if they're a little bit big, that's okay. They're a little bit small is no good because then you're just too tight. You're too cumbersome. I mean, if you like that style, that's fine. I used to do that. I used to wear jeans really slim fit, but a little bit big's okay. If they're not falling off your butt. I even own jeans that I wear that fall right off my waist. I gotta put a belt on or I tie a string. It's okay. That's you can incorporate a lot of different styles into your life, and sometimes just being a beach bum is great. It's very comfortable. You can just be. There is a lazy man's casual style that you can try to adopt. I certainly live that life in the summer. I'm purely a sandals guy in the summer. I'm purely a sandals guy at home too. I mean, I got my Yucatan sheepskin slides. This is keeping me nice and cozy here in the wintertime. All right. I hope that answers some of your questions. And if you have any other tailor alteration type questions, let me know. I'm happy to go over those. Rev Edwards Leons writes, Bayzad, do you limit yourself to a certain number of new denim each year? There's no limit. Hey, a wild Risa has just appeared. Hey, everybody. Risa's in the house. So Rev Edwards Leons asked me, and maybe you can answer this question too. Do you limit yourself to a certain number of new denim, new jeans, or jean jackets per year?
I try not to.
Yeah, I don't really count.
Yeah.
My problem is space. Mm-hmm. If space wasn't an issue, our home here is sizable for a Japanese apartment, but it's not like a Western house. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or in Montreal and Toronto, if you get a condo or something like that, you usually get a storage room in the basement. Mm-hmm. We don't have that. So right. Everything we have is here, and
we don't have a ton of storage.
Yeah, we don't have a lot.
We have a ton of stuff already.
Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount of personal clothing. Our closet is exploding. You couldn't put another thing on the rack. It is, and there's things in storage boxes that we've pulled off. So yeah, I don't try to limit myself. I kind of get, if I need a new pair, I'll get a new pair. I'm working on 2 pairs still. I've got my solid black selvage from last year's Indigo Invitational, which I'm still working on. And I've got an older pair of Strong Guy nightshades that I'm working on. So I'd like to finish those up before I really get into something else. Although this summer, I'm going to get into the raw cotton slub, the heavyweight slub natural cotton denim. So that's my next pair. I have limited myself for shoes this year. I've said no more shoes for the whole year because, number one, I barely leave the house, so I don't need that many shoes. And in the house, I have like 7 pairs of slides already. So I think I have enough. So I don't, and our shoes area is also overflowing.
Let's come back to this at the end of the year. See if you did what you promised.
Yeah, I think I can hold off on shoes. I will try my best. But jeans, I don't have a New Year's resolution to stop the jeans. I just have jeans right now that I'm working on. So, yeah. You same thing?
Yeah, I'm working on my sample pair of the new fit Arrow. So I'm kind of just breaking in. I actually wanted this in natural indigo color. So when that's available, I might swap up for that. But other than that, I don't know. I have enough jeans. I also don't wear jeans every day, if I'm allowed to say so here.
You're not allowed. Bad shame on you.
So, I have other clothes too, so that's a problem.
Pedro Cortez, right? Share your closet. When it's clean, I'll share it. It is.
Yeah, it's not.
No, there's not. It's not organized at all. Okay. Can you show off any Elephant 11 fabric again? We can. So stick around. We're gonna go through some fall winter. Look at that. We got a bunch of fall winter 22 previews to show you guys. Electric Bamboogaloo 2. Do you guys sell your old unwanted clothes to the vintage shops in Japan? No. Interesting. We were at a secondhand clothing store the other day. We found a pair of Naked and Famous. What was it? Hold on, I gotta look it up on my phone. Tweed fill. Yeah, it was a slim guy tweed fill, and they had them for like 70, 80 bucks, something like that.
70 bucks.
Yeah, something like that. And it was, I was, we go to that shop pretty often just to look around, and it was the first time we found a pair of Naked and Famous in there. So I was pretty happy.
Yeah, and it's not like a international area or anything at all. It's pretty local, and it doesn't really have like a wide variety of brands usually.
Yeah,
so
it was kind of neat to find exciting. A pair there. Yeah.
And still 60 some.
Yeah, they wanted a lot.
Bucks. Yeah. Other jeans jeans were like.
And those were other jeans were way less. Slim guy, we don't make that fit anymore. And that pair is probably like 8 or at least 8 years old. So it's kind of neat. Okay, let's see. I just want to scroll up because I definitely missed a couple of questions here. Van Deen. I just saw Brandon did a top 5 weird Naked and Famous jeans on the Stridewise channel. What's your top 5?
Oh,
you definitely Nick over at Stridewise, he came and visited us at Naked and Famous back a few months ago. We got to take him vintage shopping, Risa and I. We didn't record that, but great guy. Brandon's top 5 weird jeans. I don't know what my top 5 are. We talked about when we were in Montreal. We showed off a couple of weird jeans, like the clear denim that we did. That one's definitely a weird one. Although that never really went into production.
Right.
Thermochromics in there. Brandon picked that one. What's another really out there style that we did? You know what I gotta find? It was a jean that we did for a French retailer called Le Clairer. And for those people who don't know, Le Clairer is like, it's a museum. They only carry, like, the random, like, runway stuff you'll see, runway high fashion pieces that you'll see that, like, you're like, who the heck would ever wear or buy that? They have it. Like, that, they're the store that carries that. It's like, oh, you want $16,000 leather shoes? Like crocodile, what, some fancy crazy thing? No problem. We have them. You want a leather slab of weird fashionista stuff that's $30,000? They have it. So we used to partner with this store in France, and from us, they didn't want our main collection. Sometimes they'd order 1 or 2 things, but they really only wanted us to create for them the craziest stuff. Like, if we were to ever do that platinum jean, you know, we talked about it in a year-end video, so we can make a jean out of platinum, like a platinum weft.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy. But like we priced it out and they'd be like $15,000 a pair or something like that.
He said that it's like kind of depends on the market.
Oh yeah, right.
So
it would depend on the market rate for the
up, then they're gonna be more expensive.
Sure. But so for Lake Claire, like if we were to show them that fabric, they'd be like, no problem, let's order it. Maybe not no problem, but I'm not gonna speak for them. But that's the kind of stuff that would get their rocks off. Like they were like, show us the weirdest. So we once showed them a W weave selvage fabric, and a W weave is, so normal fabric is warp and weft. So, but this was warp weft warp, not a double weave, not a warp weft warp weft. It was a warp weft warp. It was super weird, and yeah, I think we only made like 20 pairs or something like that. But like I think we had just a sample roll of fabric and we made it. And retail was like $1,000 for them. Like they were ridiculous, and they're like, that was a weird pair. Brandon has to have one upstairs, like where our archive area is. There's definitely a pair up there. We got to find it. But yeah, there's a lot of, in the early days of Naked and Famous, we did a lot of custom stuff for like these really interesting retailers, and there's some weirdness in there for sure. The holographic jeans, I showed those off. Those were fun.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
I mean, reflective also, pretty cool.
Yeah, the reflective, there might be a few pairs hanging around, I'm not sure, because we did a rerun of those, but that was a very fun jean to make, the reflective denim. I hope that answers your question. There's a lot. And,
there's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you need more time to go back in the archive.
Yeah,
there's definitely way more like insane things before my time also. So I've seen like, you know, like little bit of it in the archive and stuff, but I haven't really seen it.
Yeah, we moved the archive up into Brandon's office, and anyways, it's not organized. Like we really, at one point we need an intern or somebody, who's gonna like go through all the old line sheets. And then find every jean. The problem is you have to know Naked and Famous Denim, because otherwise you're just going to be...
I really want to do it. If I can take
like a couple
week
days,
of, like time off from regular work, I would love to do it.
Because there are... You don't understand. Like, there are mountains of jeans in our office. Like, I'm not, like...
Yeah. But I'm sure there are pairs that we can never find. Like, there are multiple
there's definitely...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of a shame.
Yeah. In the early days of Naked and Famous, when it was just me and Brandon, what we wanted to do was take every jean that we make and then put it into like a plastic sleeve and then like put a cardboard backing on it and then like tape it up on the back. Like if you collect comic books, that's, you know, that was kind of the idea. And then I know, like, when I was a kid and you'd go to the comic book store, they'd have, like, all the really expensive comic books on the wall, and they'd have, like, a little, you know, blast graphic in the corner being, like, you know, Spider-Man issue, whatever, price, you know, $300. And, like, I remember going to the comic book store and be like, wow, like, that's crazy. And they'd have all these, like, you know, special issues on the wall. So I wanted to have a room with all the jeans, and that just never... A lot of things we want to do never happen just from time, but...
To be fair, though, from 2016, 17 and on, probably 17.
Yeah, we pretty much have everything. Yeah, Risa was very good at keeping that stuff in check. But the earlier stuff, it's probably a little patchy. You know where we'd have to go through? We have a B stock wall, basically. Like, there's an area in our factory where, like, the B grade stuff goes. And that wall keeps growing.
Right. We don't get rid of it.
We don't really get rid of it.
Yeah, so we should
so there's
in there. Yeah.
probably... it's funny because the deeper you go into the piles, the older everything gets. So, like, if it was an archaeology dig, you could, like, oh, this is from this year. Like, you could really figure it out. Nicholas B.O. Yeah, those lavenders were a work of art. Yeah, there's a lavender just early, like first, second season, lavender purple jean with a silver metallic selvage ID and ostrich leather patch. I remember when I first started working at Naked Famous, we had like a couple of those hanging out, and there was a retailer in the Philippines. I don't remember what they were called anymore, but I remember selling them the last of that inventory. Yeah, that was one of my early days. I don't know why I remember it. I remember that jean being cool. Sway, ask an art student to archive it. It's so, the problem is finding these people. That's always the difficulty. White Lightning Super Mayo Bros writes, will Tate and Yoko carry the Erostica Hedora collaboration? I don't think we ordered any of that stuff.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Kenny Ingram writes, hey Bayzet, I'm new to Naked and Famous. I'm new to the Naked and Famous denim world, but I'm wondering why the Easy Guy fit has a consistently shorter inseam than other fits. I was thinking about buying a pair, but I had to stop myself. Long legs. Well, good question, Kenny. It's a two-part answer. First part is the newer production of Easy Guy has a longer inseam. We've increased the inseam, so you can be accommodated. But the one thing about the Easy Guy inseam that some people forget is the fact that the Easy Guy has a dropped crotch. So the reason why on paper it's a shorter inseam is because the crotch hangs a little bit lower. So, for example, like I'm wearing a pair of Easy Guys right now. Maybe it's hard to see, but this point here, like from where it sits on my waist to the crotch area here, it hangs lower. So the inseam measurement starts a little bit lower than where a typical jean is going to start. So you get about an inch and a half of extra room in the crotch area compared to maybe the weird guy or super guy. And that results in a shorter inseam measurement on paper, but it still accommodates, a similar leg. So whereas Easy Guy, the older productions would have like a 32.5-inch inseam, it really can accommodate like a 33.5, maybe a 34-inch inseam once you get it on. Like Brandon is 6'1". He wears the Easy Guy with a cuff, right? He has a natural like 32, maybe a 32.5-inch inseam, like that's what he would normally wear, and he's still wearing that with a cuff. We had an employee working for us. He was 6'4", and he was wearing the Easy Guy, and it pretty much hit him perfectly. He couldn't really cuff it, maybe get a little tiny cuff, but they were fitting him fine. So that is we understand that inseam measurement on paper was confusing. We know, which is why we gave you the extra length now. So some people would be like, "Oh, okay, now it's longer," but it actually is even longer. So just pay attention to that. But yeah, that's the answer. C. Sanchez, if you made a jean where the warp and weft both faded, would you even be able to tell from the outside warp side?
Well, we do make indigo.
Yes.
So those are.
Sometimes the weft is reactive dye.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on the
jean.
Yeah. Is that ours?
The indigo stretch selvage, I think the weft is reactive dye. But we've done both rope dye before. If you were to flip the fabric over, it would be harder to tell. Like one time we made a jean where we used the weft side out instead of the warp side. It was like Hunter, the Hunter stretch selvage or something like that. Not the Huntsman, the Hunter. And when the jeans came back from the factory from sampling, they accidentally used the weft side on the front face of the fabric. And we looked at it and we're like, it actually looks nicer weft side out than warp side. So we just made the jeans that way. People couldn't. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you be able to tell? I don't. If you had a double like rope dyed weft, I think it would be hard to tell which was. Like if you made it into a jean, I don't think you'd really notice much of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But is the question that would you be able to tell if you're fading inside from the outside?
Oh.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't think. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact answer, but I don't think so. If like, would you even be able to tell from the outside that the inside of the fabric was faded? Maybe if it faded enough, because sometimes if you get like a double indigo, like indigo warp, indigo weft, as the warp fades, the weft doesn't fade as much, so the darkness kind of shows through the twill lines. But if you faded the weft enough, then you would start to notice the twill lines aren't as full of color.
Yeah. But it's not obvious, like you can see it from
You'd have, like, if you could really, if you knew what you were looking at.
Yeah, you need to study.
Yeah, if you were a denim forensic analyzer, then you can know. Then you could probably tell. BD, would you ever offer up scrap packages for sewing projects? I don't know. Maybe. Look, the problem with that is that somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
That's the actual problem. Yeah. And I don't have anybody who's gonna go through scraps and,
cut. And it's not even that, like, we have so much scraps, like...
Yeah. Like, the really off-cuts don't really amount to much of anything.
Yeah, and I don't think we're, like, saving it.
No, they are. They're on the 5th floor. There's boxes of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there is boxes of them. We just have to package them up.
They have to get cut and packaged, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
At some point, the problem is staff. Like, we need more staff, and...
But we can't really justify a person it wouldn't so much time.
It wouldn't be just their job. We're not that big, but like if we had more staff and we could give somebody that project, then sure.
But the problem is every time we add an employee, there's just gonna be like more stuff that they can do, and then they never get to this extra projects.
So we're not at the point where we can do the random projects.
Right.
Yeah, we're still a very, very small company. People think we're big, and we're bigger than some brands out there.
Mm-hmm.
But we're often in the same sentence as like Levi's and other brands, and not even close. The brands that we sit next to in like the fancy stores, the department stores, and higher end denim shops and things like that. We're not like. In the raw denim world, we're probably relatively sizable, but even then, I'm going to say that the biggest guy coming out of Sweden, they probably sell in a month what we sell in a year.
Yeah. And they have
and they have an army of staff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that one time we were in Berlin? When we do these trade shows, they organize usually similar brands together, so like all the denim brands would kind of be in a group, and it's you get to talk to everybody. And I remember we were in Berlin, and one of the guys from that brand, the Swedish brand, was we were just chatting, and he's like, I work for the marketing team. You guys do a great job, blah blah blah, and we're like, yeah, thanks. We just do it ourselves, and he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, look, man, your marketing team is probably bigger than our like entire everything team. And I'm like, and I told him the number of like staff that we have, and he's like, yeah, you're right. Like, our marketing team is way bigger than your whole company. Like, so, it's a different world. I'm glad that we can punch above our weight class, but.
And that's the whole point. So, like, we don't have, people that are just coming into work to do nothing. Sometimes bigger companies have just, like, bullshit jobs. Like, we definitely
there's none.
Don't have any of that.
Everyone who works for us is they're a star athlete. Like, this is the all-star team, basically. Like, everybody is the best at what they do, and they do a really good job. And
And
Yeah.
everybody does everything also.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Everyone does everything. Like Garrett does photography, editing, runs the store, packs
service,
packs
yeah,
boxes and customer service. We do all of that. Like it is just, I don't pack boxes right now, but when we're in Montreal, we're packing boxes, we're picking orders, we're answering customer service emails. Like I'm sure you get, I'm sure there's some people in the live stream who've gotten, like they send a question and it's like answered by me or you or Garrett, and they're like, sometimes the response are like, I cannot believe you are answering this. I'm like, who else is gonna answer it? Yeah, we're not that big.
But that's how we get our prices, competitive prices.
That's true. That is very true. We don't. There's not a lot of BS built into our product prices. That's for sure. White Lightning, Super Mail Bros, Naked and Famous air fresheners. The Erotica ones are fire. I picked up head number 4. Yeah, I have one in my closet. That's
I don't smell it.
When you get close to it, you can smell it. I think we've had it up for a while, so it might have lost some of its fragrance. But I wouldn't mind. I think I was talking to Brandon about doing some air fresheners. We're looking for we got the lighters and just little tchotchke things that we can do. Sway, wait, Naked and Famous doesn't pay someone to run the MySpace account? I run the Facebook accounts for Tate and for Naked and Famous. If for anybody who sent us a message, I put an auto response in there saying that email us. Yeah, I don't read the messages that come through those. There's just too many. If it's something you want to know, send us an email. And you know what? Also, if there's something you want to know, ask us in the live stream. I'm happy to talk it over. It's probably easier for me sometimes. I get some complicated questions sometimes, and I have to basically write an essay. And
it takes way longer to write it than.
Usually those emails start with, I have a quick question for you, and then I'm like, this is not a quick question, man.
But even on the live stream, sometimes it does get
it gets full
and
stuff.
So you can email us for sure.
Yeah. Don't feel bad. We're happy to answer, but I'm just trying to think. There are some random questions that I get which is my favorite. I'm like, whenever I see that at the start, hey Bezad, or hey Naked Famous Denim, I'm a big fan, blah blah blah, and then I have a quick question for you. Can you please explain this, that, and the other thing? And I'm like, what? Like, you didn't have to say quick question. It ain't quick. And sometimes I just want to pick up the phone and be like, here, let me explain this to you, because I'm not the greatest writer in the world, and then I get flustered. I'm much better at speaking my ideas out. Okay. Okay, Electric Bamboo Glue 2 writes, I just heard about a material called whipcord. Don't know much about it, but did Naked and Famous ever do something with that material? With whipcord. I've never heard of whipcord before. It might go by another name. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, Risa's going to Google that. Amiv, A-M-I-V, Amiv. Hey guys, how much wider are the strong guy jeans compared to the weird guy? I mainly wear tennis shoes. A wider leg could be nice, but not so much like Jinko wide legs. LOL. Well, they are far from, super, wide raver pants. I would say they are modeled after, 1940s style jeans. So it is a wider leg. We've got photos up on the Naked and Famous Denim blog. Just Google Naked and Famous Denim strong guy. You'll find the blog post. You'll see they are wide. You could wear them with. I wear them. I was wearing them yesterday. Like I wore them with some Reebok kind of tennis shoes. So no problem. I think they look really good with boots. No, yesterday I was wearing them with Converse. Yeah, some Converse high tops. But I wore them with these Reebok style tennis shoes that I have as well. So. You can wear them. It depends on your style. I think they also really go well with work boots as well. So take a look at those photos. You'll see we also have a straight leg jean coming out called the True Guy. I was supposed to get the sample by now, but our pattern maker is still working on that. But I'll be able to preview that in the next couple of weeks. Those are gonna come out by the summer. So we'll have a new straight leg, classic straight leg fit. So if you don't want something so wide, we'll have a more, well, I wouldn't say in the modern sense of classic, instead of like the vintage sense of classic. But straight leg jean coming out. So watch out for that.
Whipcord is a strong worsted or cotton fabric made of hard twisted yarns with a diagonal cord or rib. Whipcord is usually found in durable outdoor clothing as 16 to 18 ounce wool or durable workers clothing.
I'll have to look
fabric.
at it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look into it.
I think it's just like a...
Oh, I see. It's like a corduroy. Like
No.
a dense cord. No.
I think it's just a twill, but it's made with like a more strong like
Fiber. Or a wool and fiber.
like a bigger, like a heavier yarn, like a more strong, twisted, tight.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't know.
We'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check out some more questions. Okay. Farhan Sikh writes, can't decide between the Black Cobra, Black by Gray, or Fallen Code. Will the Black by Gray fade more to gray than the others? Will the Black by Gray fade more to gray than the others? I would say yes, because the weft is gray, so it'll appear to be more gray on the front face of the fabric. But
yeah, but the warp is the one that really matters.
Yeah, but when it fades, that gray is going to combine more so with the warp. So appearance-wise, I think it'll look technically more gray.
Maybe.
Like,
I
I'm
don't
wearing...
know, but black jeans would fade to gray to white. So unless you're talking about like 10 years down the line, I don't know if that makes that much of a difference. I don't know.
Yeah. The question is here. So Black Cobra, Black by Gray, or Fallen Code?
I mean, Fallen Code would probably have the more, contrasty, like textured fade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think the Black by Gray is already more gray than...
Yeah.
So if you want a more grayish jean...
Yeah, the left is gray.
Yeah.
So you see...
So the Black by Gray...
grains.
Yeah. Connor Dougherty. Rewatched the JoJo stuff I missed from the last stream and realized that maybe the Jotaro jeans are the Elephant 8s. It's the Diablo. Is the Diablo making its collab debut? Well, technically, the El Diablos are the Elephant 7s. Mm-hmm. So the Elephant 8s. So to answer your question as you asked, the Elephant 8s aren't making their collab debut. Hope you get what I'm trying to say there. Is there a Naked and Famous or Denim Discord? I'm not sure if it got answered already. That's James Sites. There's a raw denim Discord. I pop in there from time to time. So yeah, there is a raw denim Discord. No, Geaux. No, I'm thinking it's no. No Saints writes, thoughts on using bleach to bring out fades. I think I'm the one who popularized that, actually. I'm going to take credit for it.
Okay.
In the raw denim space, I'm going to take credit for it, because nobody was talking about bleaching the raw denim jeans before this guy. Okay. I think. That's what I think. Yeah, I'm a fan. Risa doesn't agree with me.
No. I that's like saying...
Popularizing it, talking about it. CRD did a video on it because he talked to me about it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm taking credit for... I'm not taking for inventing it. I'm saying I popularized it. People, I was openly advocating for washing jeans regularly. We're as a community, raw denim was very rigid in its like thought process on how to wash and care for jeans. Don't wash your jeans. Only wash your jeans after 9 months and on the second blue moon of the third revolutions of Jupiter. They were very like, oh, this is like a sacred religion that you can't mess around with. And I've always been like, no, guys, there's no rules. Do whatever you want. Whatever you do, if raw denim is supposed to represent you and your lifestyle, that means you have to live your lifestyle in order for that jean to be authentically yours. If you're wearing your jeans in a way that isn't natural to you, then those jeans are not going to be natural, to you. So I've always advocated for doing whatever you want, and bleaching jeans, like, it's going to brighten up the fabric. So you get a nice, brightness, a nice tone that comes out of it. And we started with my left-hand twills. We were washing those jeans, and we threw a little bit of bleach in that wash just to try it out. And the jeans came out nice and bright. I'm like, I like this. So I always, I'm not recommending it as everybody should go run out and do this. But if you want to give it a try, you might be surprised that it produces some nice effects.
Yeah, no surprise. Bleach makes things
whiter and brighter. So if you're gonna do it, use a little bit. Use a little bit. Don't apply it directly to the fabric. If you got like one of those washing machines that are top down, make sure that water is filled up. Your jeans are in the. Or you know what? Even before you put your jeans in, make sure it fills up, put the bleach in, mix it around, then put it in. But because if you put the bleach directly on the fabric, you're going to burn the fabric. So be careful when you do that. Or if you've got one of those front loaders, there's a bleach section for it.
Yeah. And the top loaders, I think most of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of laundry.
Don't know.
Just an anonymous Area 51. Okay, that's someone's responding. Okay, are the prices on Tate and Yoko website in USD? I ask because I am in Montreal. The prices on Tate and Yoko on the website are in USD. If you're in Montreal, in the store, obviously they're in Canadian dollars. Let me explain why that is. Tate and Yoko, most of our customers, it's like a high 80% of the customers are coming from the United States. So if we operated the website in Canadian dollars, it becomes a burden on the American customers, which are the vast majority of our customers, because they have to deal with conversions and things like that. It makes it so that the pricing isn't consistent. Unfortunately, our back-end software doesn't allow for us to operate in multiple currencies. Like, it can display multiple currencies, but what it's doing is showing a currency conversion, whereas we actually have separate MSRPs for Canadian and US dollar prices. They're pretty much a currency conversion on the time when we made the prices, but depending on, the...
Yeah, it's at least 6 months ahead of time. So if the conversion changes,
then the Canadians end up paying more and or whatever. And so we know that it's annoying. We know. Believe me, we know. I wish our software would allow us to do that, but without doing a humongous overhaul of our back end, there's no way for us to have Canadians shopping in Canadian dollars and Americans and international shopping in US dollars. So we know it's a little bit annoying. We hear you. But I hope you can understand why we do that. And if you are in Montreal, and if you can make it to the shop, we can certainly help you out there. Connor Dogdy. Every time I read your name, I screw it up. Dowdy.
Is it?
I don't know. I hope one of us said it right. Is the True Guy going to have the same rise as the Easy Guy, just no taper? No, it'll be its own rise. It's its own jean. You will see. You will see very soon. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down. If I missed your question, ask it again. Okay. BD, wear your jeans, do your thing. The only rules you need. Is it a fist? Fist bump. That's it. Yeah, wear your jeans, do your own thing. The only rules you need. That is very, very true when it comes to raw denim. Don't worry. If you're a newcomer to raw denim, a lot of people tend to overthink it. There's all this. There really are no rules, right? There, like.
Yeah. I mean, you can set rules for yourself, but you just, you figure it out. That's you. Like,
when you look at these old vintage jeans, trust me, those guys, they weren't thinking, well, I better not wash my jeans for 8 months, and I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar to the wash. No, you know what they did? They wore them, they washed them when they needed to, then they went back to work, and they wore them, and they washed them when they needed to, and that was it. And their jeans came out beautifully. And so if those guys could do it and come out with incredible fades, you guys can do it too. They weren't even doing it for the fades. They didn't, when it came to that point, they're like, oh, this is garbage now. Like, this is, I know that we appreciate the beautiful, faded garment, of course, but.
No, but it's like, depending on what you want to achieve with the fades, if you're like aiming for like the highest contrast you can ever get, then sure, like, try not washing for as long as you can, but like.
Or if that becomes you, that's what you want to do. I realize that I actually don't need to wash my jeans every time I wear them.
Yeah.
That's me. I know that. I only wash them when they're filthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it goes. So.
Sometimes even not them.
Yeah, even that's right. Sometimes I'm like, let's see how much more filthy, how crusty we can make these jeans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over just a little bit. That sun is blaring. Okay. J Hook, here's a question that there's you're gonna get a great answer from. Is there a Japanese denim brand that is being slept on by the rest of the world? What is your favorite non-Naked Famous denim brand? Huh? We only like Naked and Famous. Naked and Famous denim, M-I-J. There you go. Yeah. That's the one. Favorite non-Naked and Famous denim brand? Yeah. I like Capital. Like, if you like, because
Capital is like it's
just
impressive how much like of their own world they can create.
Yeah, they're their own thing.
They come out with like so many things every season. And it's just like it's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy hippie wear, and
they rarely ever go on sale either. They just if things don't sell, they just carry on to the next season.
It's like the old stuff is just sitting in the store, and I'm just like, oh, you still have that? And like, okay, cool. Like I have a bunch of their shirts, t-shirts, things like that. Like I got this one giant like indigo like Boro sweater that's crazy. But I feel like if you like that hippie kind of stuff, they make a good product. I have to admit that. Okay, Ben Kyle. I'm a student waiting for deals for jeans. When's the best time to buy Naked and Famous products, or when are your best sales? Good question. First thing you should do is subscribe to our newsletter. Every Wednesday, we put out something called the 24-hour special. It's a special deal that goes on for only 24 hours. So you'll find a lot of great options there. You got to jump on it because the prices go back up the next day. We have our sales section, which is there's always something to find in the sales section on Tate and Yoko and Naked Famous Denim NYC. Tate and Yoko has more of a selection there. And then our sales are generally as followed. Like we'll do some kind of Easter sale. Then 4th of July, Canada Day. Then we do Labor Day, Canadian Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Boxing Day. So those are the times that we do some kind of promotion. The bigger promotions are Black Friday, Boxing Day, and Canada Day, 4th of July. So Can America Day, we call it. So those are the three big sales. Canadian Thanksgiving, Labor Day, Easter are kind of smaller promotions, but those are the times that you can wait. Let me also tell you that current season product, doesn't go on sale for usually at least a year. Like, so whatever's left, and even then sometimes not. So usually for us, something only goes on sale when it's like the last of it. It's, you know, we just need to make room in the warehouse. There's a couple units left here and there. I just need to make the space. So it goes. Like, we don't run on like, a sales schedule, so to speak. Like, oh, things get marked down like this, things like marked down like that. You know, I don't want to be part of that fast fashion, kind of, a lot of companies rely on, like, sale is actually when they're selling stuff. And it's regular price is a distraction from them, whereas like our regular price is like an honest price, and we're not, we don't have 1,000% markup so that we can say, hey, here's 70% off, and then they're still making like full margin, like no problem. Like a lot of businesses run and operate like that. When you're seeing it on sale, that's actually the regular price. It's just they want to psychologically, get you. I don't play that game. Our prices are honest from the beginning. And if you can get it on a deal, even better for you. So yeah, we don't. I don't really get into that, but a lot of brands do that. And I mean, what are you gonna do? It's just it's just dishonest. I find. It's just a little dishonest. Anyways, Lil Len writes, Sunny Woo. All right. I'm assuming, I don't know who Sunny Woo is, but maybe you are. Hello and welcome. Naked and Famous actually made raw denim shorts, but it was for some shop years ago in Toronto. But I would love for them to produce them in a 12.5 ounce, 2% stretch blue indigo. Actually. So we did. We made raw denim shorts for Over the Rainbow in Toronto, but any of our jeans can be made into shorts. Just request the inseam. Your inseam doesn't have to stop at where your inseam is. If you want culottes, just cut off, 15 inches. And if you want shorts, cut off, 30 inches. It's up to you. We don't mind. We'll yeah, those are booty shorts. We don't judge. Whatever your inseam request is, we will do it. So,
but when you're requesting inseam, write down how much you want the end inseam to be, not how much you want to take
remove.
Off.
Right. So if you want a 2-inch inseam, 1-inch inseam, those are denim thongs.
Yeah.
That might be hard. Yeah, we'll send if you request 1-inch inseam, we'll probably send you an email to clarify. But,
yeah. But you get the cut part too, so it's not like you don't get that extra fabric. You'll have it.
Yeah, you'll get it. Yeah. Okay. They will also cut the inseam to make jorts. We will. Whatever you want. You want to look like John Cena? We'll do it. Only in clothing. We can't make you muscular. Yo, shout out to the Rainbow. That's right, Over the Rainbow in Toronto, one of our very first retail partners, and we've been with them since practically the beginning. They helped launch us, and the relationships we've built through them have been, long lasting. Great guys at Over the Rainbow. Interesting. Lee H. Are there different types of synthetic indigo dyes used by the mills, and if so, does it affect fading? I don't know if there might, different. I don't know. Chemically? No.
I think it's the same. Chemically, it's the same, but I don't know if there are different brands of dyes that they buy. I have no idea.
No idea.
Maybe there's one giant, producer of indigo dyes. Who knows?
I don't know. That's a good question. Some of that stuff, for all the information we know, when we go to the mills, we always learn something.
Oh,
always.
Yeah.
There's always something that they can tell us that, even for them, they might just think it's a mundane, kind of whatever, and I'm for us, it's so fascinating to learn about it.
Yeah, it just goes deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, you know what we should do? We should show off some new product. So for those people who've been patiently waiting, thank you very much. We've got, I'm trying to just get my screen here properly organized. Okay, we've got some fantastic fall winter 22 previews. You know, the first thing I want to show off is the work shirt because this one, oh, this is so cool. The buttons are wrong. Ignore the buttons. They put the wrong size buttons on here. But check this work shirt out. This, I talked about this a while ago. Try to not get it in the sun. But this is a reproduction of a vintage Coca-Cola uniform. So it's like this salmon and green color. And we've also made this update on the fit. So we've got this nice, you know, cross back paneling here. I think it looks really, really sharp. This fabric is so cool. I don't know. I mean, I love it. And then we also have a gray version of it as well. There's a very, like, old school uniform type fabric. I really enjoy this. And I think they're going to wear in so nicely. Like...
It also is available in pants.
Yeah, we'll have them available in the work pants. And also, you guys might not have noticed it yet, but we have our new logo tags on the inside. So check that out. We've got, so these are going to be in all of our shirts from now on. Very colorful, vintage style tags. You can see there, you've got the tragic blonde, you've got the new font for Naked Famous Denim, you've got the sizing, everything all on one kind of nice tag. And also, when you have them on the hanger, you know, it's got a nice, you know, hanger appeal here as well. So it's got a, I don't know, I just think it looks nice when you're looking at it. Whoa, that tag is awesome. I'm glad you guys like it. But yeah, check out this work shirt. Let me just throw it on. Very clean. The buttons are too big, so ignore that. This is going to be revised. But yeah, this...
The
color is so nice.
Might be hard to see in the photos, but...
Anyways, you guys will see it. This is going to be out for fall, winter 22. The new work shirt fit and the vintage workwear Coca-Cola uniform reproduction fabric. Hanger sensor bar for the tragically naked blonde LOL. I guess the hanger covered up the parts. Love the shirt. Do you know the approximate retail price? I do not yet. We're supposed to have the pricing this week, so we'll update you shortly on that. Hold on. That also. This fabric is crazy. So we did that corduroy flannel this past season. Check out this shirt. This is also corduroy with this kind of like mid-century kind of pattern here in this nice navy. It is so cool. Like the ridges here are so thick. I love this shirt. This is really, really nice. This is such a great pattern. The color is really messing up. Sorry about that, guys. Our stream setup isn't exactly perfect here, but yeah, hopefully you can make that all out. Oh, the color correction is crazy. Yeah. Sorry about that. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. It's you can see it's going a little bit nuts here. Okay. Somebody asked about the elephant denim. So we have the fabric. I don't have the jeans yet, but okay, color. I don't know. Okay, autofocus, color adjustment. I don't know what's going on here. About this camera. Yeah, sorry, our setup isn't perfect. Trying to fix color stuff, but I don't know if I can. Color adjustment. Original bright.
Adjustment.
Auto exposure. Well, wait. That's too bright. Okay, let's try that. Okay.
Good?
Yeah, it's not fumbling around as much.
Okay.
So, is it still fumbling around? I think it is. maybe not. Okay, sorry for the technical difficulties. Elephant 11 Grandrelle. So this is really neat. Dark indigo. This is your Elephant 5 construction. So our first slubby elephant denim. This is the construction. Same base. And then for the inside, we use a triple color twisted yarn. And you can see that zigzag pattern on the inside. So that is a Grandrelle yarn to create this effect. But what's really neat is that you get a denim that is kind of a blend of indigo and indigo white and indigo black. So it's like indigo black gray. Sorry, so you don't get an indigo, but you get like a midnight denim, so indigo by black, and a regular denim, so indigo by white, all mixed up into the same fabric. So when you look closely at the warp, you can see, hopefully you can see it, you've got portions where you can see the white coming through the twill lines, and then you have portions here where you don't see the white showing through the twill lines. So it's a great mix of like, it's all built in together. It's really, really cool the way that this denim has come out.
Yeah, because it's usually either you see the grains or you don't see the grains.
Yeah, and this one you see some of the grains sometimes. So when it fades, you'll have like, when you get a slubby denim, it kind of has like a flamey kind of looking fade, a lot of verticality to it. And that's because like the slub yarns, you've got the darker portions that are like, like higher in contrast. Well, you've got more contrast because the slubbier portions have absorbed more indigo and the skinnier portions have absorbed less indigo. So you get like that kind of flamey look. But then it's compounded with this Grandrelle weft, which makes dark and light areas throughout the fabric as well. So very, very interesting denim fabric here. I think it's
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Elephant 11. Also, just an idea. Should we go the way, like Elephant X was kind of, this is a phone brand that, Elephant X. But
They do like 11, 13.
Right, they do. But another phone brand, they skipped that, and then they started naming their phones by the year. So Galaxy Note 20, Galaxy, S22.
Oh, I didn't know that. That it was the okay.
Right. So I think psychologically they also wanted to. I'm not in their marketing department, but I think they wanted to make it sound like it was ahead of the other companies, so make our numbers more.
And also, it kind of sounds like old quickly.
Yeah.
Like 13 doesn't get old, but like if it's 21,
yeah,
you're like, oh, we're in year 22.
I don't know. So, anyways, should I name this the Elephant 22?
I don't know. I feel like it's too late for us to change the course.
Maybe. Yeah. Anyways, it's the next elephant.
Yeah.
Right now on paper it's the Elephant 11, but I was thinking
it's
about
11, but it's like in
theory it's not, because there have been Elephant 2 Revenge. Yeah.
There have been XS.
Yeah.
So if you count those, it's like not really the 11th.
So, anyways, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check out these, because I think these are really cool options. I think they're like 15 ounce.
Somebody asked, will you make that in stretch? So that's
the plan. Yeah.
We're gonna have elephant, 100% cotton,
and then
like stretch.
Yeah.
And
in the
fall.
Fall you get the 100% cotton.
Yeah.
Spring you get the S version, so the stretch version. So let's hopefully the lighting is still okay.
Yeah. A little bright.
A little bright?
What?
That's a little dark. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't that's as good as we can kind of get it right now. Hopefully that is okay. Give me a thumbs up, everybody, if we're doing all right. Okay. Let's go into the next jean. I don't really have a name for these yet. We're still working on that, but we've got these heavyweight canvas slub jeans. So, indigo alternatives. We've got the olive, and you've got this kind of earth-toned brown. And they are just really, really nice because they're pretty slubby. You can see just how streaky they are here. So unlike like a typical canvas, which is using a very kind of uniform yarn, it creates a very, very smooth surface texture. Like this is smooth, but it's got like this sense of roughness and like this sense of verticality in the fabric as well. Plus you've got like these great earth tones throughout. Check that out. And they're pretty heavy and they're pretty rigid. I like these because, again, it really fits into that workwear vibe. Very, very, especially that olive. Like, well, really both of these are very nice, like fall earth tones. The color is really killing me here. Maybe that's a little bit better. But yeah, great earth tones. These are gonna look really nice, like with. I think they're gonna look great with like dark brown or black boots. I like, you don't see like. For the amount of boot like images, like I share like boot pairings. I see it all the time on Instagram, so I share a lot of those photos. I don't get a lot of black boots, so I like seeing things that pair well with black boots, and I think these would do that
those are very
justice.
handsome fabric.
These are non-selvage, so I don't have the prices yet, but I know the prices are going to be very reasonable for these. So it's a great way to get into a colored denim option, well, not denim technically, a canvas option, or a jean. Without breaking the bank, because I know that this is going to be a little bit more seasonal, and whenever we do like very seasonal things, I don't want it to be the most expensive item, because if you're spending your money like on a pair of raw jeans, like maybe you want to get more life out of it. You can wear it every day, season after season, but with this, you kind of you have the fall winter. I mean, in Canada, fall, winter lasts a long time. Don't get me wrong, it's like half the year basically. But nevertheless, as a colored option, it's probably not your like everyday driver. So I just wanted to be more price conscious when it came to something like that. So I don't have the names for these yet, but a great heavyweight slubby canvas in some great earth toned, fall toned color options. Mr. Overlord 14,000. To be perfectly honest, be honest with me, my friend, I did not like anything from the Spring Summer 21 collection, and I was sad. But I love everything so far from the Fall Winter collection. I will start saving. Oh, well, Spring Summer 21. That was Spring Summer 21 or 22. 21 was last year. 22 is coming up. Maybe there's something there that you might like. But Fall Winter 22, we're coming pretty hard. We got the elephant. Oh, you know what? I'm going to show you two more things. This guy. We had
bring out all the good ones.
I'm bringing out all the good ones. So they're all good, but these are some. Okay, we have this sealed for a reason. So this, oof.
Oh.
The Scratch-N-Sniff Denim is back. The Scratch-N-Sniff Hiba Cypress Wood. So Hiba wood comes from Aomori, so northern Japan. It's also very famous for apples, and they use this kind of wood for making temples. But right now, there's like this Hiba wood like revolution going on in Japan. Like there's so much Hiba wood accessories and fragrances, and it's such a nice, calming fragrance. Like it's very, I don't know, I love it. And like we have like Hiba wood oils for like
right. I have Hiba wood bath milk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, it's very calming, very beautiful. Yeah. So we knew we had to do this. People have been asking for Scratch-N-Sniff. The Hiba wood, I think, is a really cool, especially because it's like a foresty scent. It's very,
when we did raspberry or like
it's cute.
It's
right?
cute.
Yeah.
It's poppy, but like this one actually is like sophisticated smell.
Yeah.
You want to smell like this.
Yeah. So the Hiba scent. I wish you guys could smell it. Maybe if you go to, I'm sure like your local design store probably has some kind of like Hiba wood infused oil, like aroma oil or something like that. It's a beautiful scent. It's very, very calming and relaxing. And this is coming up. I know that the previous Scratch and Sniff weren't selvage. These are selvage. We're doing this in ladies as well. So the Hiba wood Scratch and Sniff denim coming back. Smells great. Got the veg tan leather patch. I'm very excited for this one. I'm just, a lot of people who are newer to Naked and Famous Denim, they've heard about some of the weird things that we've done in the past. They never got to experience them. This is one that you're going to be able to experience, and you're going to like it. This is going to be, I think it's going to be a very popular item. All right. Media House Gang writes, my first pair of Naked and Famous was Scratch and Sniff. Well, I'm glad that they were. That was, we've done a couple of them in the past. Raspberry Scratch and Sniff. We did mint.
Yeah.
We did one with a retailer out east in Canada. I forget. I think it was like a forest smell also.
Yeah,
but
it's like a wood.
Yeah.
But the mint was the last one we did in the regular collection available to everybody. And that was
years ago.
At least 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah. Okay, Kentaro, I feel bad for saying this. It's okay. It's okay. We're all family here. Since these streams are such a fan service, but I'd love to see an upgraded live stream setup. The camera really doesn't make your doesn't make your fabrics justice. Yes. Okay.
We have to work on that.
Yeah. So we work from home, and we kind of got to work with what we got. But yeah, you're not wrong. It's just the way our setup is. We got a big giant window right in front of us. Anyways, we know it has to get better, but we are working with what we got. But we do know it's just a matter of time. We're not. It's like when it comes to video editing or I know the basics. But also time-wise, I don't really have the time to invest in figuring everything out and.
Especially this is because this is also our home. We can't have a giant
studio dedicated.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll give us time.
Yeah.
And we'll work on it.
Yeah. I don't have another room that could be turned into a studio.
Right.
Our closet is floor to ceiling packed with goods. Our bedroom is packed with stuff. It's just, it's a Japanese house, guys. Japanese apartment. We got to work with what we got. Maybe one day we'll have a bigger home. Maybe one day. More. Does the scent diffuse with normal movement? Well, yeah. I mean, anything that agitates the layer, the top layer of the fabric, will allow the fragrance to to activate. Basically, it's micro capsules, like scented micro capsules that are baked into the fabric. So as you scratch, that breaks the capsules and it releases the scent. The scent should last a while. It doesn't last forever, but while it's on, it really does smell great. Also, most of you will never be in our warehouse or factory, but when we get a shipment of these in, it makes everything smell wonderful. Okay. Okay, Decibels writes, I don't think it's the camera so much as the data compression across the world. You can see the artifacting, not much you can do about that, sadly. Interesting. I am, streaming this in as high a resolution as I can. I even get warnings in my streaming software being like, you're streaming at too high a resolution, but it seems to be okay.
I think when you talk about the fabric knob shown, perfectly, it's the lighting, no?
Yeah, it's the basically I had it on auto exposure and I think it was messing some of that up. But anyways, I'll try to play around and get it better. We're always making incremental progress here. Okay, BD, the fact that you do this is all good. Just teases the fabric for the true reveal. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get. Look, we're not. I'm using a webcam basically. This is not a pro setup. I would like to get it there one day. We'll get there. We'll get there. I hear you. I hear you. Sway, I like the lo-fi aspect of these streams. It's kind of charming. I appreciate you appreciating it. You know, look, information is definitely the most important. Presentation is certainly important as well. But you know, what we lack in presentation, we will you know, make up for it in information. Okay. Like, imagine if it was in the studio, it'd be so sterile and less warm. No, it would be nice. If we made a studio, it'd be full of denim and tchotchkes and things like that.
For sure.
For sure. Okay, you know what? One more. The Kasuri. Oh, you guys are just...
You're not leaving anything.
No. There's still great stuff there. There's still great stuff back there. But you know what's going to happen every week for anybody who didn't see this stream or didn't see it in a high quality? They're going to keep asking for it because this, my friends, how do we get that without the light? That light is right in the center. Okay, you can't see it. Hopefully you can see it well. Very, very dark. Very dark. Hold on, maybe if I open that up a little bit. Okay, everybody see that okay or semi-okay? You can get a good look at it here.
Yeah.
Right? You guys get it? Slubby. Great. It's the new Japan Heritage. Oh, this is going to be nuts. Okay, I'm going to unravel it down here.
Suspenseful.
Yeah, this is suspenseful. Multicolor Kasuri Weft Japan Heritage. Look at that inside. It is crazy. And you know what? On the outside, you barely see it. Like, you get a faint hint of it, and then you roll that cuff up and you show that off. That is going to be awesome. I'm very, very excited for this one. So, and this is Kasuri dyed. So this is a section dyed yarn. So on one strand of the yarn, there are it's multicolored. You can see that it actually changes like with a gradient. It isn't filled with a bunch of multicolored yarn. It is a single stranded yarn with multicolor throughout. So very, very challenging way to do this. You know, I'm very, very much looking forward to releasing this one. This is one of the nicest fabrics we've put out in a while. This is top tier. Nicest fabrics. Whoa, that's crazy colors. Yeah, and like what's like really cool about it is like you don't really like if you get really close, you can kind of see it coming through, but like you don't really see it, and it's such a deep, you know, shade of indigo. And then when you fade, you're gonna get those hints are gonna show through the twill lines even more. You've got the slubby denim, the dark indigo. You've got the veg tan leather patch. Check that out on the inside here. Like. That is a crazy fabric. New Japan Heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, Japan.
This is appropriate for Japan Heritage. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Japan Heritage, Kasuri Weft.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that's some previews for you guys today from the Fall Winter 22 collection. Now, this stuff's only going to be ready. August, September.
Yeah.
We should be ready earlier with the Fall Winter 22 production than we are with the Spring Summer 22 production. Fall Winter 22, we've already committed to each one of our Fall Winter 22 fabrics. They're in production now. I haven't even shown this off to our retail partners. You guys, anybody watching this stream, you're the first people to see what's going on here with the Fall Winter 22 collection. But because of lead times and shipping and all, the global kind of situation, everything's been slowed down. So because of that, we had to basically take the lead, commit to all of our fabrics, book everything, put it into production. So we should get it probably, we'll receive it in our warehouse hopefully by June. Fingers crossed, no more issues. But we've already bought these fabrics back in December. So we get it by June. That'll give us time to do start production, and we'll start releasing products end August, September, early October, around then. Spring, summer 22, we got hit with some more delays. Things on shipping containers, they're supposed to come into North America on the West Coast, whether they're coming in through California, Seattle, Vancouver. Ships are getting rerouted. So it's like things that are supposed to come into British Columbia are getting rerouted to California and up. So there's all kinds of issues. And we only hear about our issues. Our transport company, they're very good and all, but sometimes they don't get updates, so they don't give us updates. And we just got an update where it was a fabric that we were expecting to have in our warehouse this week. They're like, oh yeah, it's been delayed a month. And it's there's not much we can do in that respect. The whole world is dealing with this problem right now. So bear with us. February, so we've got the new Rainbow Core coming out next week. That's the second release of the Fall/Winter 2020, Spring/Summer 2022 collection. We'll have Nightmare on Elm Street out in February. March, we should then, we'll be back on track with some more Spring/Summer 22 releases. We'll have shirts out before, in February, we'll have a bunch of shirts out, that's for sure. And we'll see.
Currently we don't have any of the shirts, so it might take a minute. Yeah, but we do have a couple more jeans trickling in. Yeah, so.
There's a lot of core replenishment happening in February as well. So Left Hand Twill, Solid Black Salvage, these guys are going to be back. A Black Cobra. So yeah, shipping delays. It's boring, but it's just part of the game, and it is what it is at this point. Yeah. It's funny, all these things that have nothing to do with making good product can affect good product. Yeah.
Yeah, but the product itself is not affected.
Yeah. It's just delayed. And, yeah. I hate all this stuff. I just want it to work. I just want everything to work, and there's too many unexpected variables that are popping up these days, and cotton prices are going up, and this is going up, and that's going up, and it's just...
Yeah, everything is going up.
Yeah.
Which is, everybody's adjusting their prices.
Yeah, you see the Coke cans getting smaller, and there's all these kinds of little things that are happening in the world that I'm just I don't like the way this is going.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But we're doing our best to fight. Eventually there are going to be some price increases. This is the way it's going to be. We're fighting against it. I feel like we're Arizona iced tea, where it's I don't know if they still have the big can for 99 cents, but I just love the fact that they can, they're holding on to that price point. And even for us, there are some jeans like the Indigo Selvage. I think those are $135, $140, something like that.
140.
We've held on to that price for so long. Yeah.
Before that, we held on to 130. Even when we increased, we were just we can't increase that much. Yeah. Maybe $3.
Yeah, we're for real. We're in the office and we're $2 increase. We don't want to. We really don't. But we have to. If you don't make money, you don't survive. That's that's the way it is. But yeah, trust me, it's a pain on us to have to do that. And anyways, I know you guys understand, but yeah, it's I don't like changes. Keep it all the same. Okay. Decibels horizontal rainbow looked really good. Joe Bun NYC, I would wear that inside out. I'd like to see that. At one time we used to sell a jean with the vintage pinups on the inside, and I had a customer come into an event once wearing the jeans inside out. The more subtle than the rainbows. I like it. Wow, can't wait to see how it peaks through when it fades. Just an anonymous. Yeah, the Japan Heritage Kasuri, I think it's gonna be a real winner. Can't wait to get that in your hands. Is there an Okayama Spirit 6 coming for 2022? Not Okayama Spirit 6, but something very similar. Very similar. in the realm of okay, I'm Spirit 6. Oh, Mr. Overlord 14,000. Oh my God, I want to buy every single item you revealed tonight.
It's a strong reveal.
It's a strong reveal. Don't worry, there's more strong reveals to come. Gotta save your money. Make your decisions. You know, it's like
you still have 6.
Yeah. You still got 6 months.
Months
to decide. You can whittle it down. Juan Mesa, I need that Coca-Cola shirt and the 40-ounce jeans, the ultimate, unique, and stunning. The that Coca-Cola repro fabric. I'm so obsessed with it. Let me show you. Like, we've got the work pants as well, so maybe that's a nicer way to look at it. So you can go full uniform if you want. I didn't make a chore coat. Actually, they got the wrong size leather patch on this.
I think they usually do that for work.
Oh, okay. Well, then there they go. Maybe I should make a chore coat in it too.
I don't know. Work shirt is kind of like a coat already, so I don't know if you need that.
Okay, we'll see.
It's more like old school uniform with the work shirt.
That's true.
Chore coat would be something to put over that.
Right, and then you're just draped in it. Okay, global inflation got a stock on all the Naked Famous jeans at this price. Hee hee. Let me tell you, probably not a great idea. You're gonna save a few bucks, but like, it's not gonna be dramatic. You don't have to stock up on anything.
Like $50 increase.
You're gonna have to spend a lot of money to save a little bit of money. It's not the one. It's not the way to go. Junior, those are amazing. Justin, yes, chore coat. See, chore coat.
I just love that fabric.
I love it so much. I'll make it in anything. Decibels has a pinstripe look to it, almost like a business suit, kind of dapper. How about a vest, Vitaly? How about a vest? Maybe. Anything. I want to make it all. White Lightning Super Mayo Bros. Will Dio be included in the JoJo collab surprise jean? I can say no. It will only be Joe's. It will only be it's gonna be all the Joes basically, from Jonathan to Jolene, all the Joes. Decibels, I like the vest idea. Denim jacket, cut off the sleeves. I'm gonna go nuts. Okay.
Vest is not a bad idea because you don't want to be like old that.
No, yes you do.
Well, some people don't want to be old that, and you can just have like a little.
I'm gonna get cases of Coca-Cola and just walk around with it. Start handing them out.
We're already like fantasy planning the photo shoot.
Oh yeah.
And everything.
I'm totally gonna be a delivery guy in the photos. Justin Anonymous, a Jonathan Joestar vulgar salvage with oh shit would be amazing. That would be fun. You'll see what we've come up with. It's coming soon. Okay. You know what? We should jump into snack time. We got a special one this week. You know, we were talking about it before, but we didn't get fancy fruit. We looked, but we found something in the realm because in Japan it is currently strawberry season. And I'm gonna try to fix the exposure here for a second. No, that didn't fix at all. It is currently strawberry season, and Japan is very seasonal when it comes to fruit. So we got a strawberry snack in the traditional Japanese confectionery sense. So we wanted to show a little bit more on that side of things because there are a lot of traditional Japanese snacks, and for the most part we've been showing off, convenience store stuff, stuff you buy at the grocery store, interesting things, but I think this is a little bit more on the traditional side of things. So that's what this looks like. Risa, can you explain what this is?
This is Ichigo Daifuku. Ichigo Daifuku is, it's basically, the outside layer is mochi. So it's rice cake, I guess. Like you
paste.
use, rice.
Basically, they take rice and they smash it a million times until it's like a
Yeah, it's not the rice that we eat though. Like it's a different kind of rice. It's called mochi rice.
Okay.
And you basically like cook it and like smush it into
like a paste basically.
Yeah, like a dough.
Yeah, like a dough. Yeah.
And then inside there's a layer of anko, which is the red bean paste, and there's usually a whole strawberry in it. A whole or depending on the size of the strawberry, but whole or half. I'm not sure about this one. But.
So it's pretty dense, and you can see it's very squishy. If you've never had this before, yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
And it's like covered in some kind of powder, just some flour or something probably.
Yeah, and it's very traditional Japanese.
All right, so enjoy. The strawberry is great, by the way.
Very juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a big anko fan, but it's just the little tanginess from strawberry, the sweet red bean paste, and just, the mochi texture.
And this is a fresh strawberry. Like, we bought this there's a confectionery shop not too far from here that makes traditional Japanese, confectionaries. And I guess they were like, you gotta eat this now, basically.
Yeah, just maybe one day.
Yeah, because the strawberry is fresh, so you want to enjoy this as soon as possible. So very, very nice tasting.
There's the past couple of years, there's just been so many different kinds of these ichigo daifuku, and the trend is to show ichigo, the strawberry, outside, so you have a half open. This one was fully covered in mochi, and that's the old school way, but the newer ones have a kind of like a sandwich or taco, with the strawberry showing, which looks way more appetizing.
I think we need to do some more of these traditional snacks here on Snack Time.
I'm just not the biggest fan. This
one's
really
fantastic.
Love. Yeah. But maybe we should explore, because I don't I don't buy those so regularly, so I don't know what I'm missing.
Maybe. All right. Well, man, it's really good. Mochi pounded rice. Itadakimasu. Thank you very much. All right. Let's yeah. By the way, why didn't strawberry dye work? I'm sure we could have got it to work, but...
Yeah, we did the strawberry dye shirt.
Yeah, we've done it before, but I think it was just a matter of cost and timing and availability. So,
we probably can if we really want
just for the strawberry milk, right? We didn't use an actual strawberry dye.
Yeah. That was because it's already milk, and that's so much extra.
I saw an old ad for the Street Fighter Ken Red. Is there any fabric that is similar in inventory now? That base, that slub stretch selvage base was used for Goku, Cell. The
Goku was orange, so kind of
similar. If you want just the base fabric. What do we have? We have the Golden Hour slub stretch.
Right.
That's coming out. That's the same base. It's a different warp color, but it's the same construction. So that'll be the closest thing coming out soon to that jean.
Yeah. In terms of red weft, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anything right now.
Indigo red at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Random idea. Have you ever considered renaming the Chinese New Year to Lunar New Year jeans to be more inclusive, as many non-Chinese countries have celebrations based on the lunar calendar? Yeah, it's something we've considered. It might change in the future. I think I don't think anyone's offended by the term Chinese New Year.
Right. It does come from
It does
their
come from
culture.
China.
so
So-
I mean, yeah. But,
yeah.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. It's it's possible we can do that.
Yeah.
It's just not
Yeah.
like.
I don't think it's like one way or the other. I don't think anyone is like.
Yeah, it's not offensive.
Yeah,
I
I don't think so.
I mean,
But yeah, we've considered it. I don't know if it's, yeah. Mr. Overlord 14,000, great live stream, great reveal, great snacks. Thanks a lot. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate everybody who joins us on these live streams, and of course all the newcomers as well. Whether you leave a chat, a comment in the chat or not, everybody here is welcome. Ask your questions. We're happy to answer them. There was something I was about to say. Oh yeah, hit the like button, everybody. We're ending the stream is coming to an end soon. But if you haven't already, hit the like button if you liked our stream today. The more likes we get on these videos, the more searchable and findable it becomes for people who like this type of content. So hit the like button if you haven't already subscribed. Maybe you think you've subscribed, but you might not actually be a subscriber. Hit the subscribe button. Helps our numbers grow, and it helps me also feel that we're moving in the right direction. We surpassed 7,000 subscribers. Hopefully we'll hit 10,000 this year. I don't know. Hopefully, I hope we do. But we've got a long way to go. BD, have you ever made bucket hats? No. Risa's made me a bucket hat once, but we've never made them with Naked and Famous Denim. Kentaro, man, I really miss Ichigo, Daifuku, and Daifuku in general. There's a lot of You know what we got to get? I don't know if we ever did them on the live stream, but those the Raisin Witch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe next week.
Is that Japanese?
I don't know. I don't see them anywhere, but in Japan also does like with jeans, they kind of take something from another culture and improve upon it. Japan is really good at bakery and stuff. Like
the bread, regular bakery, in every neighborhood.
Yeah.
The quality is
pretty high. Yeah. It's not quite. Yeah, it's not quite France, right?
It's just different because in Japan we have the German type of bakeries and then French kind of bakeries, and they take kind of sometimes it's one or the other, but other times they kind of do it all, which is
Yeah, and then there's a lot of cake and confectionery, dessert shops. You want cakes? They do a lot of cakes. You don't get a lot of muffins or anything else. You get a lot of cakes. But yeah, anyways, this is a field trip. But yeah, they're very good at the desserts, and especially bread. Bread is pretty good here, I have to say. Okay, that was where was I going with that? Japan takes something, jeans, confectionery cakes.
I think that was.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I lost my train.
Your reaction to that Ichigo Daifuku message.
Right. Okay, Stephen Lee, denim bucket hats. If it rains, we'll be walking about with blue heads. Maybe a little bit, but that's okay. We're used to it, If you're walking around with raw denim jeans, by the end of the day, your hands are blue anyways, just from rubbing and touching your legs. When we're working in the warehouse, just it's a blue day. You always know it's a good day of work, especially even just handling samples. It's a good day's work when you're washing your hands and it's just all blue. It's a great feeling. Okay, you were going to again remind people to like. Oh, okay, yeah. One more time.
He's on top of it.
BD, you know what it is. Everybody, hit the like button. Like this video. Okay. I think we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it there. If there's anything else I have to mention, no, I think that's it. We covered the previews. We answered your questions. We ate some snacks. We didn't derail too much on this live stream. We didn't have any, that's okay. That's okay. So we're gonna leave it there. Everybody, thank you so much for taking the time to spend your Friday evening or wherever you are in the world with us. It's been a great hangout. Hopefully, we'll see you guys here again next week. Same time, same channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube for the Naked and Famous Denim Global always global. Live stream Naked Famous Denim Day. Final thought.
Well, enjoy the weekend.
Enjoy the weekend. And do
Wearing
nice.
jeans.
Do something nice for somebody.
Wearing jeans.
Wearing jeans. Bye, everyone.